Hi, this is a video response. My name's Matt Winder. I am a former police officer of 5 years, and I just want to educate people about consensual stops. So, for example, a consensual stop is where two people stop to talk to each other. Happens all the time. Don't need to be a police officer to do this. I can walk across the street right now, and my neighbor who's out mowing his lawn right now, I can go out there and say, "Hi, my name's Matt. What's your name?" And he'll say, "Oh, my name's, let's say, Joe." And I say, "Oh, Joe Citizen, where do you live?" And he says, "Oh, I live right here." And he says, "Matt, where do you live?" And I live across the street right there. Okay? This is a consensual stop. Consensual stop. I don't even need permission to walk on his property to go talk to him. I just don't. Yes, I'm on private property. Do I need permission? No. Does he have a gate around it that I can't get through? No. Okay. I'm good to go. Doesn't matter. Go onto his property. "Hi, what's your name?" And he'll talk to me if I'm sure he would. Now, let's say I walk onto his property and he says, "Get off my property, don't ever come back ever again." Was that a consensual stop? Yes, it was. During that consensual stop, he said to get off his property and don't ever come back ever again. It's a consensual stop. The guy says something like, "Hey, what's your name and badge number?" Well, in a consensual stop, you're not really required to give a name and badge number. At least under the law, the federal law level, police officers aren't required to identify themselves. Now, state and local laws, that's a little bit different, as well as policy. Department policy is usually more stricter than the law. Now, consensual stop doesn't mean you're giving consent. It just means that two people see each other on the street, they stop and talk. One says, or who cares what they say? They talk about it, and then they go on their way. Consensual stop. For example, 3 months ago, I was sitting at a bus station. Sitting there waiting for a bus, right? A police officer, comes and sits down probably 2 or 3 feet away from me on the same bench, doesn't say a word to me. Except he looks over and I look at him and he says, "Hey, and he kind of gives me that nod like, "What's up?" And I did the same. Is that a consensual stop? Yes, that's a consensual stop. Do words even need to be spoken? No. Did he stop? Yeah. Did I stop? Yeah. Is that a consensual stop? Yes, consensual stop. Now, what if he said, "Hey, where are you from?" I would have told him where I'm from. Even if I said, "Oh, I don't answer questions. I don't want to talk to police." Is that a consensual stop? Yes. I'm free to go. He's free to go. I'm free to go. I'm free to stay. He's free to stay. It doesn't matter. Free to go. Not detained. You're not being detained on consensual stops. When, in this case, this Tempe police officer says, "Oh, it's a consensual stop." Is it a consensual stop? From the looks of it, in the video, yes, consensual stop. Who's free to go? Now they said, "We don't want to talk to you, please leave." And then they start talking to him. I'm like, of course he's going to stay to answer questions. And then I get a response of, "Well, they should have left," and maybe they should have left. Who cares? They should have left and gone to patrol because we pay them to patrol the streets. That's patrolling the streets. Being with the public is patrolling. I was flabbergasted from that response. I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. So, can you express your freedom of speech and flip off the police and say "F the police"? Absolutely you can. Yeah. Is that against the law? No. Now, is that going to attract some attention from the police? Yes. I don't know why people think, "Oh, I can tell the police off and then they're not going to come and talk to me." Of course they are. Heck, dude, if I showed the police my bazooka, of course they're going to come talk to me. Why is that so hard to believe? Now, if they come to say, "Hey, what's up?" And I say, "I don't want to talk to you, please leave." Do they have to leave? No, they don't have to leave. It's a consensual stop. I don't have to go. They don't have to go. They can stand there. In this picture, I mean, it looks like they're in front of a business or at a restaurant or something. It doesn't really show. But they're sitting at a table. The guy across from the guy taking the video is smoking. So, I mean, is it against the law to smoke? No, it's not. Okay, so look, if they were eating, let's say they were eating their food, okay, and the police came and said, "Hey, how's it going? What do you guys need from me?" And they say, "Oh, we're flipping you off." "Oh, I thought you were flagging me down." "Oh, okay." Is that a consensual stop? Yes, it is. Are they detained? No. Anybody detained? No. Anybody free to go? Yes. Anybody free to stay? Yes. Do the police have to leave? No, they don't. Do the patrons have to leave? No, they don't have to leave. Can they all stay staring at each other? Watch them eat their food? Yes. Is that against the law? No, it's not against the law. When you know the law, then you can get it to work in your advantage. But if you don't know the law, then your life's gonna suck unless you've taken the time to learn those laws that you're trying to bait the police with. In Las Vegas, as a cop, I pulled over my car, I got out, and my partner with me. And I walked up to a guy and I said, "Hey, my name's Matt Winder. I'm a police officer here at Metro. I'm new here in the neighborhood. Could you point me some areas that I need to focus?" This is a guy just walking down the street. I don't know if he lives there. Heck if I know. I don't know. And he starts talking to me and says, "Oh, yeah, my brother's a cop." And I say, "Oh, where at?" And he says, "Denver, Colorado." And I say, "Oh, great. That's awesome." And then we start talking. He says, "Yeah, you're going to want to look out for this area. There's a drug house down that street." And then all of a sudden he just, boom, books it. Takes off running. And I watched him run. And he ran a good long way, and then he turned down a street. And I look over at my partner, and he looks at me, and he said, "Are you going to go after him?" I said, "No, it's a consensual stop." It's a consensual stop, okay? Consensual stop. You're not being detained. You're free to go whenever you want. So if the cops say, "Hey, we need you to come down to the station because we have some questions for you." By the way, you are not being detained at this point. They won't tell you this, but you are not being detained at this point. This is a consensual stop. You're consenting, you're agreeing to go with them to answer questions at their police station. Consensual stop. You don't have to talk to them. You can if you want to. And so can they. They can say, "Hey, leave." You don't have to go. And you can ask them to leave, and they don't have to leave. I mean, it's just ridiculous that some people think, "Well, I told the cops to leave. They didn't leave. I feared for my life. I'm going to call 911. That's stupid, man. Dumb. And it's those people that don't understand the law. And then they can't get the law to work in their advantage.